So yesterday we looked at what a fraction is. We know that a fraction is a part of a whole. It has a numerator and a denominator. Our denominator tells us how many parts that whole has, and our numerator tells us how many parts we are looking at. However, today we are going to look at equivalent fractions. First of all, we need to know what an equivalent fraction is. So equivalent fractions are fractions with different numerators and denominators that represent the same value or proportion of the whole. Here I have an example of two rectangles. Our two bars have been split into different amounts. Rectangle A has been split into 3 and rectangle B has been split into 6. These numbers would become the denominators because they represent how many the whole has been split into. Here we can see that one part has been shaded in rectangle A. This would become our numerator. And with rectangle B, we have two parts coloured in. This would also become rectangle B's numerator because they represent how many parts are being talked about. As a fraction, rectangle A would be 1/3, 1/3 shaded in, and rectangle B would be 2/6, which is 2/6. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. With example number 2, I have two identical rectangles again, with different amounts shaded, but they have been split up into different amounts. I have rectangle C that has been split up into two amounts. So this represents one part shaded out of 2, which is a half, and rectangle D, which has a total of 10 parts. This time, 5 parts are shaded, which represents 5/10. You can see clearly that they are both equivalent, so that 1/2 equals 5/10. Here I have got an identical shape that can be split easily to find equivalent fractions. You can see how these pizzas have the same amount on each plate, but they've been cut into different slices. Each pizza shows an equivalent amount. So I've got a half pizza here. Here it is the same as having half a pizza, but I have cut it into 2 slices out of 4. So 2/4 is the same as 1/2. Here I have split it into 3 slices of equal amount. So 3 out of 6 have been sliced. Here we can clearly see that 3/6 is the same as 2/4 and 1/2. However, we can also use a fraction rule to help find equivalent fractions. Here it shows me what a whole is worth: halves, thirds, quarters, fifths, and so on. So which other fractions are the same size as 1/2? So here I would need to find what 1/2 is. So I can go to the orange, and here I have 2 parts and I only want to know 1. So I am going to look at this block. Here I can follow it down to see if there are any other equivalent fractions. If I go down to thirds, I don't have a line that's matched up, so that cannot be an equivalent fraction if it is in the middle of a block. If I carry on going down, I get quarters, and I can see that this is in line and matches. However, there are 2 blocks in here, so 2/4 are the same as 1/2. If I carry on going down, you can see all the different things that match 1/2. So the equivalent fractions to a half are 2/4, 3/6, 4/8, 5/10, and 6/12. However, if we wanted to know what would match with 1/3, I want to find the equivalent fractions to 1/3. I would go to 1/3 and I would follow it down. I can see that 6ths match thirds. I can also see that 2/6 match a third. If I carry on going down, I can see if anything else matches a third. Here I can see that 9ths do, and 3/9 match my third, so they are also an equivalent fraction. If I carry on going down, I can also see that 12ths are an equivalent. Here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 12ths equal 1/3. So now it's time for you to have a go at some questions. If you need to use the fraction wall to help you, use the PowerPoint and have it up in front of you while you are trying to do the questions. Have a go at doing the do questions today. You can attempt the think questions, but we will have a look at these tomorrow. So if you have any questions on the do, just ask and we will get back to you and help you as much as we can. Good luck!